So we just had the Xbox showcase today, guys, and honestly, my biggest takeaway from this showcase was Gears of War E-Day. We were all kind of hoping that we were going to see Gear 6 at this showcase, but getting a prequel set during the Locust War is more than I thought we were going to see, and I'm so psyched for it. But today, guys, I wanted to break down the trailer that we just got and just kind of point out some of the details that I noticed during the trailer and share them with you guys, and just kind of sharing the hype of what looks like an awesome Gears of War prequel game, better than the last one we got anyway with Judgment. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's dive in. So we're gonna go ahead and start the trailer, assuming you've seen it already. And right off the bat, the first thing I noticed, and I want to point out, is let's pause it, is right here. It's this newspaper with an article that says the war is over, because as you guys probably know, Gears of War E-Day is a prequel to the Gears of War trilogy, which was set during the Locust War. But right before E-Day and the Locust War was the Pendulum Wars, which was an awful war that humanity fought against itself. It lasted generations, and it finally ended. Humanity was finally going to know peace, and then E-Day happened and the Locust War started. So peace was not what they found. And right here, this is actually the point in the showcase where I realized we're watching a Gears of War trailer. It's this television right here. I noticed the cog right there, and it's kind of hard to read, but if you look really close, you can see whatever district this is, follow safety protocols and proceed to the nearest shelter, because outside right now is E-Day. Locust E-holes are opening up everywhere. People are dying. People are being murdered everywhere. It's mass hysteria and crazy chaos. So that's kind of a neat little detail showing, this is a prequel, showing us something we haven't seen before, like what we wanted to see in Judgment. That game was a prequel, but no, this game is really going to be a prequel. We're going to see people seeing the Locust for the first time, and that's really exciting to me. But let's keep going. Next little detail I noticed is right here is actually this little welcome home banner, which is kind of cool because if you look, the O in welcome home is actually a cog, which is kind of cool because, as I said, the Pendulum Wars had just ended. Soldiers were coming home from war, finally going to know a time of peace. But as I said, peace is not what's coming. Boom! And you got a Locust drone fighting Marcus Phoenix, a younger Marcus Phoenix. But what's neat right here is that his rifle flew under this piece of furniture. It's this rifle he's reaching for right here. But what's interesting about this rifle is that it's not the classic chainsaw bayoneted Lancer that, is like the poster boy gun of the franchise. But instead, it's the retro bladed Lancer, which is canonically correct because the chainsaw bayoneted Lancer wouldn't be invented until a little bit later throughout the Locust War. So it makes sense that, he would have the bayoneted Lancer that they used during the Pendulum Wars. Kind of neat little detail. It's also pretty cool that, Marcus Phoenix is the youngest we've seen him. And, he's missing his soul patch, but he's looking pretty sweet. But I love this right here. This drone's coming. He grabs the civil emergency TV announcement and just bashes that drone in the face with it. It's awesome. And, yeah, there's a good look of the retro Lancer right there, which is pretty cool. You got the cog tags. Love that. If you also look at the cog tags, which is pretty neat. If I can pause it, let's see if I can get it right on there. It's you actually see that it says Marcus Phoenix, and it's property of the Coalition of Border Governments. Pretty cool, pretty neat little thing. So he defeats the Locust drone, and you think he's safe, everything's going great, but not around here, partner. He falls into what looks like the most angry looking E-hole I've ever seen in the Gears of War game. And what I find so interesting about this is that, we've seen the E-holes throughout the Gears of War trilogy. We know what they look like, but we've never seen an E-hole that was like emitting this red, awful glow to it. And that makes me wonder if maybe because Gears of War E-Day is a prequel, maybe E-Day wasn't just, the common E-holes that we saw opening up all over the planet and locusts flooding out and killing everybody. Maybe they have some invasion tactic, some machinery or something that they're using to make the opening invasion much more lethal. And maybe that's what's being hinted at here with this ominous, evil looking red light, and I don't know, I'm just speculating. Maybe that's what this prequel game is going to be about. Maybe there's some part of the opening invasion of E-Day that we don't know about. And, maybe it has something to do with why these E-holes look so differently. But let's move on a little bit. And boom, there he is. Ah, there's the piano. That's good. Right, hits you right in the mad world. And then we got Dom here, if it'll show him. There he is. Puts his do-rag back on. There's Marcus. But what really has me excited about this trailer is this shot right here. Now, if you follow the Gears of War leaks and rumors like I do, a lot of the rumors were saying that we were going to be seeing Gears of War 6 at today's showcase, but obviously we didn't. We got Gears of War E-Day, a prequel. But what has me excited is that a lot of those rumors around Gears of War 6 were that it was going to be an open world, like a truly open world Gears of War game, not like the little open world segments that we saw in Gears 5, but a truly open world action game set in the Gears universe. Now, looking at this landscape and this vista here, I hope so. I hope that Gears of War E-Day could have some open world elements, because this looks incredible. You can see we got E-holes everywhere opening up. What's pretty cool, if you look right here, you can see there's some drones coming out of this E-hole right here. If you listen closely, you can hear them growling and snarling. There's some more drones coming up over here. If you look in the background, we got Corpser right there. We got another Corpser. Gotta see it moving. Yeah, right there. So we got Corpsers. We got these E-holes everywhere. But most importantly, what you also have is, if you look back here, look at this cityscape. We've never seen an intact, like, human city in Gears of War. It's always destroyed because of what happened on E-Day. And so this could be the first time in a Gears of War game we're going to see, you know, a human civilization on Sarah where it wasn't destroyed, and we're actually going to see it get destroyed in the game. And that just sounds awesome. Ah, man, it looks awesome. Like, just the idea of an open world-esque Gears of War game that's a prequel set during the opening days of the Locust War, where they're not quite sure what the Locusts are, sounds so damn cool. And one thing I also like, see that you got the Corpser back there, it's Gears of War, baby. It's Gears of War. It's not Gears, it's Gears of War. Gears of War is back. But at the end of the day, guys, Gears of War E-Day looks like a much better prequel than what we saw with Gears of War Judgment. It always bothered me in Gears of War Judgment that, you know, a lot of my hype around that game was centered around the idea of that it was a prequel. So, you know, seeing the Locust invasion closer to E-Day, you know, seeing like a lot of the confusion, you know, not knowing what the Locust Horde was or anything like that. And really, in Gears of War Judgment, it's like, it basically, it might as well not been a prequel, because everyone seemed to know what the Locusts were and how to, you know, fight them and everything. And there was no newness or scariness to them at all. And I'm hoping with Gears of War E-Day, you know, that we're seeing the Locust for the first time, you know, seeing how do these people react to these monsters coming up from underground and just annihilating humanity, forcing us to use, you know, the Hammer of Dawn system against ourselves and just destroying the planet. But either way, guys, I am so excited for what looks like a better prequel, you know, than what we got with Gears of War Judgment. Not to mention the fact that it's set during the Locust War, and, you know, the Swarm and everything they're fine, but, you know, we want to be playing as Marcus Phoenix fighting the Locust, and that's what this game is. I cannot wait to see more. But guys, that's all I have for this video. If you found yourself liking the video, be sure to drop a like on it. I make new videos like the one you're watching right now every single week, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future content, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.